Marcus of Bute is offering cash to help rescue the derelict St Peter's Seminary in Cardross, but only for the right project and only if the Scottish Government also commits to funding. The former training college for priests has been hailed as a modernist masterpiece. Claire McNeill reports.
It was once voted Scotland's best modern building. It's renowned worldwide. But now St Peter's Seminary lies deserted in this Argyll wood, and its owners say they've exhausted all options for it.
It remains something that we have a responsibility for, but we can't do anything with. We even got to the stage where we said we would give it away for nothing, including the beautiful estate around it. But even at that stage, no one is around to take it on. It no longer functions as a seminary, and because it's listed and because it's in the green belt, to find another use for it is proving practically impossible.
Designed by celebrated Glasgow architects Gillespie, Kidd and Coya, it opened as a training college for priests in 1966. But after the numbers taking up the profession fell, the seminary closed in 1980 and has now been lying a ruin longer than it was in use. Hopes for the future were dashed last year when plans for an exhibition and performance space collapsed after Glasgow-based arts company NVA lost their Creative Scotland funding. The former director says the most viable option would be for the government to fund its preservation as a ruin.
If you imagine how we look at an 18th century castle, we're used to seeing it with the broken down walls and you can walk around it. The idea is to do exactly the same with St Peter's. So if the government save it, it will enable future generations to discover it for themselves, and there are plenty of good creative projects that will ride in on the back of that.
Experts say a number of factors make it difficult to find a new use for buildings like this.
A lot of them are either owned by people who don't have the money to repair them, local authorities don't use their power to force owners to repair them, or sometimes it's the wrong building in the wrong place. It's a beautiful building, but it's in such an isolated place that it's very difficult to find a use for it.
Lots of people describe it as a car park. There's been lots of comment online about why don't we just demolish it. Well, St Peter's is a building of importance to Scotland, but also, moreover, a building of true international significance. Why it's so important is because of its magical setting, set within this Kilmahue landscape, but also its structural ingenuity and its quality of natural light.
Argyll and Bute Council have said the land around the seminary has been designated an area for action. And Scottish ministers are looking into a report by Historic Environment Scotland after asking what options they have, so there might be hope yet. Claire McNeill, STV News.